What is up, my brothers and sisters? So, I was trying to explain how world wars work with to some people, and I was trying to put it in layman terms. So, with that being said, I was like, well, like there's this thing called, D-Day, and I'm just kind of like metaphorically using the past with what's happening now. And I'm like, you got Ukraine and then you got Russia fighting each other, right, in this proxy war. And then you've got Israel and Hamas, which is going to spread to pretty much everywhere else, because being Muslim, Jewish, and Christian isn't accustomed to just, that area. And then you got like a lot of bad things going on that aren't going to look so good in the future process, such as all the people who are being exiled from the Holy Land and having to go everywhere else. So, and a lot of people are right. I'm hearing a lot of people kind of notice, who can see through the bullshit of it all, and that where is the refuge for all these people? Anywhere else in the world, to anybody else, it'd be no problem. There'd be the military, fences, men with guns, protection, security, food, water, all of the above, right? I mean, like a green zone, or like a green zone, right? And well, it's just not there, so you want to be discriminative. Well, that's the way to do it. So with that being said, you got all these wars. Well, even though we're not really in it, we're already in it, and we have been. And I was like, there's this thing called D-Day, and I'm like, have you heard of it? Every year, every now and then, people are like, wow, it's 75 years old or something this year, and people are like, what is D-Day? And I'm like, well, D-Day is the day that we invaded, because you got to get all your soldiers to the land to fight other countries and other areas. And how do you do that? Well, when all those areas are occupied by the enemy, I guess the only way to do it is to come by the beach. So that's what D-Day was. It was an invasion into Europe because the Nazis and Hitler occupied most of the lands. So this is how we did it. That's why it's so bloody and gory. And I'm sure a lot of this is extra dramatized and maybe a little more hardcore than, but I can't really say because I wasn't there. But I feel that this movie got a good grasp of what it was kind of like with all the dramatic, uh, you know, imagery we have here that is quite violent. Bangalores! Bang some Bangalores! Jason Hurster! He's like Barzo! He got shot up with 100 shots! He sprung 100 flakes! He's all used up! So anyways, pinch, artery, gauze, morphine, wrap, morphine. Whoa, man, look, he's shot! He's like, no, I'm gonna take off my helmet just in case that doesn't happen. Oh, again! So, but before, this is like when we really entered the war. But before that, what got us into the actual war was Pearl Harbor. And Pearl Harbor was a whole other separate thing. Pearl Harbor was basically when we got attacked, and it had to do with Benifer. Remember, is he still Benifer? Hold on. Remember, he got shot down. He's like, oh, right. And then he's like, while he's fighting in the war, his girly friend that he had gotten to know and fall in love with is over there banging his friend. And he's over there like, oh, he's like, and the enemy's like coming after him, and he's like shaking. It sounds like he's about to crash. And meanwhile, his like homeboy's over there like, what's up, man? He's like, give me some. Come on, baby. Right? And she's like, I don't know. And then he's like writing her letters like, I could die tomorrow in the war. And she's like, well, I don't want. He's like, oh, I'm gonna freaking spare the oil. Oh my gosh. He's like, mayday, mayday. The cockpit is not opening. He's like, ah. So in the midst of all this, like his friends, it's kind of irrelevant to what I'm trying to explain, but so that's basically what happens in that movie. And I guess he's not Benifer anymore. Nah, he's not Benifer. But I do wonder if she's still Jenny from the block. I don't know. Is she still Jenny from the block? Let's see. I mean, that was a long time ago. I don't know if she still is. But anyways, so, when you have all these, the Holy Land involves everybody because it has to do with Muslims, Christians, and Jews. And, people can get pretty discriminative towards each other. And right now, it's kind of like, I guess, they're kind of pissed off at each other. Well, this is going to carry on everywhere else because, it's, like I said, it's not accustomed to just that area. So, just a layman terms way of putting things, I guess.